Graham, R.I.P. Senator Lindsey Graham. Wasn't always a great man, didn't agree with all his policies, but one thing I can say is he 100% left a legacy. I just got the news this morning that he passed away. By the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And one thing I want to just stress is that life is short. I always like to say the perfect profile of a crypto bro is an under 45-year-old male who's Black or Latino. And looking at what just happened, he was 70 years old. Think about that. That's midlife. That's past midlife. Half of 71 years old is 35. That's insane to me. So, obviously, this is taking a shock to a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to even be live, watching live, obviously, today because it's fucking early in the morning. I found out about this a lot earlier, and I was thinking of maybe going live later in the day, but I wanted to break the news because I know a lot of people don't even know. And a lot of people will see the thumbnail and everything else. So like, oh, what just happened? And click on it and probably find out before they find out on Twitter or mainstream media or something. I just want to stress the fact that he was a Bitcoin hero. Yeah, it sucks because it's cold calculating. They're already going to appoint somebody new. And luckily, the governor of South Carolina is a Republican, and they're probably going to appoint somebody that's very pro-crypto. The Clarity Act is coming up pretty soon in the next, hopefully, week or so. Again, bad timing. Also, on the heels of the Mitch McConnell situation, he's in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for a month, and we don't even know what the hell's going on, right? So Lindsey Graham, his office broke the news this morning, but he actually passed away last night. Think about this. He just destroyed in the primary. Didn't even make it to the second round. Won an overwhelming majority past month. He also traveled to Kiev very recently, I think in the past 2 weeks, to talk to Zelensky. I mean, whether you like it or not, it is what it is. He's a warmonger. Sure, they all are. They all are paid off and bought up by the Israeli lobby. Hopefully it doesn't get pissed at me by saying that, but it's 100% true. Anyway, I have to understand that he was a crypto champion, but I want to focus more so on the fact that life is short. Again, 71 years old, half of that is like 35 and a half years old, or however you want to do the math. If we want to stay, I listen to Lark Davis. He says, listen, half of crypto is making wealth, right? But why is Warren Buffett so wealthy? One, he didn't get rich until he was like 55, like properly rich. Two, he's lived until been like 95. He made most of his wealth after he was 60 years old, if I'm not correct. If I'm not incorrect, rather. Don't forget to like, subscribe. So if we want to enjoy our wealth, we have to start thinking in terms of, okay, we're creating wealth. Most of us that have been in crypto for past few years, we're not necessarily multimillionaires, but we live comfortably. I like to say focus on two things. Again, I'm not sure why he passed away. Maybe it was something that we're not aware of, but I do know this one thing, that it was sudden illness. And when people are very busy, like I can get busy too, we forget to do things like 3 things that you can control, that are in your control. 1, get enough sunlight, vitamin D every day, which I do 100%. 2, eat healthy. 3, sleep. Those are the 3 things in your control. Obviously, the 4th one would be getting at least 30 minutes of exercise a day. But again, if we're going to enjoy this crypto wealth, we got to actually live long enough to actually, enjoy it. Not just, put it in an inheritance somewhere, in a trust somewhere, and obviously want our children, grandchildren to do well. Obviously, this new world that we're going into, AI, there aren't going to be really jobs like in the next 10 years. By the way, don't forget to comment. We got discussions in the bottom. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but obviously when we make more comments, right, more people talk about these topics, we can have more difference of opinion. But we want to enjoy our wealth and our health, and we want to also, one thing that I've been struggling with, this is just a Sunday morning video about something that just happened. Lindsey Graham didn't have children. A lot of us are putting off children. I know people that, when they were 40 and wealthy, 30 and wealthy, I'll have children when I'm 40. They get to 40, I'll have children when I'm 45, I'll have children when I'm 50. There are people out there that having children at 63, 64, and they're worried. Guess what? They're not going to see their grandchildren. They might not even see their children get to 18. Think about that. If you have children at 60 years old, it'll be 78 when they turn 18. If you get that long, if you survive that long, if you don't, you won't even see them into adulthood. You won't be at their high school graduation. You won't see them get married. You won't see them start families. So maybe we should start focusing on a holistic lifestyle, right? Lindsey Graham, this is for you. I'm going to focus on a holistic lifestyle. I'm putting a lot of stuff to the side. relationships. I started talking to some people, but like, you know what? I'm like, I really want to take it more seriously now that I hear news like this. He didn't have children. There are rumors that he's gay, but let's assume that he wasn't gay, right? Tim Scott, his junior senator from South Carolina, well, not the senior senator from South Carolina, if you know, you know, soon to be rather, didn't have children. He married like a single mother, blah, blah, blah. He can still have children. He's like in his 50s, I believe, but he doesn't want to have children. He calls stepchildren his children. The other day, my daughter graduated. Congratulations to her. But anyway, moving on. Let's start just not thinking about let's work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's start having kids. Yeah, Josh 5. Having kids at 60 is crazy. But having one at 40 is fun because you would be responsible at that age. As a man, yes. But remember that, hey, Marilyn Berg. Yeah, but remember, like, I think you pronounced it right. But remember, like, okay, I'm 38. I'm going to be honest because it is what it is. There's no lying in therapy. This is a therapy session for me as well. I did have one child at 22. And I don't have a relationship with him because honestly, I married the wrong woman. But I'm not going to talk too much into that. It's tough, right? And obviously, when you're younger, back in the day, our grandparents could have kids younger because by the time they were 23, you know, they bought houses and worked at a factory and all that stuff. And it's not as easy. But we do have to start thinking in terms of this because I have a mentor, a Bitcoin multimillionaire. He's 55 and his eldest is 14. And 2 years ago, he was talking to me. He's like, Mike, listen, I'm be real with you. Making this money is all great, blah, 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 crypto, millionaires, multimillionaires. He's like, the one thing I would advise you is as soon as you can, start having children. I was like, well, I'm not going to say his name, mentor. Let's call him Mentor P. I kind of need a woman to do that. The most important thing, sorry. I'm at a gas station getting some coffee. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by the way, now. The most important, like, decision you're going to make, business decision in your life, Warren Buffett will tell you, almost everybody will tell you, is, as a man, the woman you marry. And as a woman, I do believe that the most important life decision you will make, especially as a woman, I think, is the man you marry. Hey, Jazz, okay. So let's not just go willy-nilly and getting any woman pregnant. I did that. That's not the way to go. And trust me, a lot of men have fallen for that. A lot of people are in jail for that. So they'll just marry the wrong woman. Well, obviously, you got to vet them. And I've been doing a lot of thinking in the past few weeks, and I haven't gone live in a long time. One thing I also want to share is I've listened to this new lady, and I'm not going to give a free promo here. She said that, listen, if you want to marry somebody, right, or be with somebody, because I believe in spiritual marriage. I don't believe in the government telling me, give me permission. Isn't it beautiful to imagine where would I want my future wife to be during her free time? Think about that. And start spending time in places like that. Obviously, I like going to crypto events. I like traveling. You know, I like to work out. I go to the gym. I like more conservatively leaning events. I'm not necessarily I'm spiritual, but I'm not necessarily super religious. So personally, I would obviously like go to places that like, you know, like a monastery retreat for like a week or something in Taiwan. I've been to places like that if you can't tell. But you meet people that vibe with you, right? Because again, you like people as a human being that are like you currently or how you want to be in the future. So you're going to attract people depending on where you go. Because let's say that you like going to bars every fucking week and getting completely trashed. I mean, again, I wouldn't suggest it, especially as a man. Again, I'm a man. I'm not a woman. I can't speak for women necessarily, but I wouldn't suggest a man going to bars and meeting girls, especially the dive bars where they're smoking cigarettes and everything. That's it. Nothing to say here or there. The point is this: always think about, hey, listen, if I knew I had one more year to live, because if you could have asked Lindsey Graham if he had 1 year to live, would he have done anything differently? He's a politician, so he probably would have lied and said no. But anyway, he's living his life to the fullest. But the truth is, listen, if I were to die tomorrow, like, what legacy have I left behind? Do I have any children? I mean, people that watch this video later that don't have children and stuff, do I have children? Did I leave a loving wife? Like, what are they going to read in my tombstone? Like, what did I accomplish? Right? You don't have to be necessarily famous, but hey, you know, is this person so-and-so accomplished this really great task of helping mentor, like a mentor of mine that passed away years ago. He mentored so many people, right? He left this legacy. So let's start thinking more so in terms of, hey, we want to live a holistic life, right? We don't want to just like party, work hard, take care of our health for nothing. A lot of crypto billionaires are out there right now. And people like Michael Saylor, for example, who's 55, who's not married, doesn't have children. Could he still do it? He doesn't want to. Barstool Sports, that dude, what's his name again? The funny ass dude. David Portnoy, he's 49, no children. I'm sure, are they happy? Sure. Josh Five says, yeah, the partner is very important. The concept of having kids as soon as you can is good. And at the same time, not good, because I think marriage and kids slow down a man's progress to his goals. Yes. Back in the day, my grandfather graduated middle school. Back in the day, they didn't graduate high school necessarily. They didn't have to. I believe he graduated middle school 13, and by the time he was, well, he got married to my grandma, and then he built a house. That was a different era. You could just build a house. And Josh, I agree. Listen, in my opinion, Josh, I 100% agree with you. I don't think that necessarily you should get married to a woman young. Well, it's not for me anymore. You shouldn't get to a woman young if she is not like a woman that is okay with waiting for you to grow and build, which nowadays is very difficult, but that's a different topic. This video is not for that. But I 100% agree with you. Generally speaking, most men nowadays have to build worth. Women are born with worth, men and have to maintain it. Men have to create worth. That's why I always say that men and women are not the same, because a woman can have nothing as long as she's beautiful, feminine, and young. It is what it is. Look at all celebrities dating young women and fertile. She is a table. I'm not gonna be one of those guys like, oh, the woman has to bring everything to the table. Obviously, if she's like in her 30s with like 5 children, a single mother, she might have to bring them to the table. But if she's like a 22-year-old woman who's fit, feminine, and friendly, and not a hoe, sorry, it is what it is, in my opinion, she is the table. And yeah, as a man, you have to build wealth to attract a woman like that. That's why we're seeing all these celebrities, like Leonardo DiCaprio's, the Idris Elba's marrying women, in their mid 40s, dating and marrying women in their late teens or early 20s. And the funny thing about this is this is gonna be a very big deal. Women, it's my personal life. I socialize a lot. Women will be okay with you as a man being in your 40s or 50s, dating girls in their early 20s, if you're a man of high status and value. But if you're a nobody in their mind, you can be 35 and date a girl that's 25, and you're somehow a metaphile. Not, replace the meta with the PEDO, weird. It's weird, but it's true. It's been done to me. I remember I was 33 a couple years ago. Sorry. There was this 19-year-old girl that I was kind of talking to, and my friend was like, "That's lust." And that same friend, days after, was laughing because she's like, "Oh, look at Leonardo DiCaprio. He's like, almost 50, and he's dating all these girls that are like 19, and he usually breaks up with them at night by the time they're 24." So again, it's okay if you're a man of status to date. But again, the whole point of this video, I have to leave for a meeting, my Sunday morning meeting, about 10 minutes. So leave your comments. We can start talking fast. But when I have to go, I gotta go. So the whole point of this meeting is Lindsey Graham passed away. RIP to him. Again, a crypto champion. This is a crypto channel. One of the votes we need to pass the Clarity Act. They're gonna appoint somebody. The governor is gonna appoint somebody as soon as possible to replace him in the U.S. Senate, which is amazing. The party's gonna appoint them as a de facto nominee because he is now the new senator. He will be the new incumbent senator. And then, hopefully, on that aspect, they'll take care of the Clarity Act. By the way, congratulations for the CBDC Act. I was gonna write a short about that, but maybe not. Make a YouTube short video about that. CBDC passed. So the things we had last year were the Genius Act passed in August, then the CBDC Act that we were gonna pass, we just passed recently, and now this the Clarity Act. This upcoming week. So, again, I just want to remind everybody, live life to the fullest. Don't be Lindsey Graham. Don't get to 71 years old. You didn't have children. You didn't leave you did leave a legacy. Okay, sure, that's a legacy. But generally speaking, we want to have kids, right? That's the whole point of life. Don't let feminism, if you're a woman, tell you that, no, it's oppressive. It's not oppressive. It's the most beautiful thing you can do in this world. Especially when you're on your way out and you're like, okay, that's how you live. You live on forever through your DNA. Genghis Khan still has motherfuckers running around here, like little kids that are like his, and people that are like have the ancestry DNA of Genghis Khan. That's how he lives on. That's how you live on. That's how we live on as a society by producing. Anyway, I am about to leave because I have my meeting in 9 minutes. So I will say this before I leave my outro, kind of. All right, now, if you have any final questions or thoughts, you have 5 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, I know childish, 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis. Clouds is online? What does clouds is online mean? Oh, by the way, hi, Andy Curry. What does clouds is online mean? I'm not sure what that means. If you have more context, give it to me. If not, then I'm gonna have to start heading. Oh, it's beautiful out here, by the way. Oh, look at that sun. I love vitamin D, man. Again, get enough vitamin D every day. That's one of the most important things that we are deficiency on. Clouds on sky, that straight line. Oh, wait, you mean, this shit? Oh, we're gonna start. Oh, yeah. You're right, yeah. You want to talk about chemtrails? Listen, I'm an expert on like a few things. I'm an expert in crypto, sports, certain sports like rugby, maybe. No, definitely. I'm a linguist. I speak Chinese, Spanish, and obviously English. A couple dialects of Chinese I can understand. But I'm not an expert on conspiracy theories. I like to say you can focus on a few things. You can't focus on everything. You can be a generalist, but to a certain extent. You're not going to ask your heart surgeon to give you advice on, your ankle injury. But yeah, we do have chemtrails. Maybe I'll make a video again about surviving American corporate lobbyist garbage food, and you got to spend money for that or move abroad to Europe, and how to not breathe in chemtrails. You're just trolling now. Anyway, how power lines work? Don't know. But keep asking questions and we'll start talking in the comments. And share this video. Sharing is caring. And I'm sure a lot of your friends, like my friends, politicians that I just texted before this video, don't know that Lindsey Graham just passed. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.